G'day there, welcome back, really good to see you again. Now today I've got a full moon outside and it's a really close big full moon and a beautifully clear night. So I'm going to pop outside and take this thing with me, which is the Nikon COOLPIX 1000. Now this is a pretty cool camera for one reason above a lot of other things, and that's this insane 24 to 3000mm lens on the front of it. That's a huge piece of glass and it's designed specifically for taking shots of the moon. So let's go take a shot of the moon. Okay, great to have you guys here. Now just a quick reminder, if you've got any questions or anything during the video, leave them in the comment section below. I do read those and I will get back to them, or at least do my best to. Now the camera I'm taking outside is, as I've said, this Nikon COOLPIX P1000. This is a fantastic camera. I've been really enjoying this one, and I got it as a toy. I really have to confess, I just got it because I thought it was a good gimmicky camera and a neat toy to play with, and it's proved out to be absolutely fantastic camera. It does a whole heap of things, and because of this massive chunk of glass on the front of it, it's a lot more versatile than a lot of people think. The lens at the front is, as I said before, that 24-3000 insane ultra zoom they call it, but it's also really good in low light. It gets quite a clean image. It does take cool photos. It's 4K Ultra HD. It does have a flip around screen on the back, which is something that every vlogger wants. That's one of the holy grails. And you can plug a microphone into it too. It's got the hot shoe mount on the top. It does have the flash, even though I can seldom remember how to open the thing. I need to work that one out. How do you do that? Later. And it has a lot of other features that a lot of point and shoots and vlogging cameras and things don't have for you to use. And that makes this a pretty cool camera for going and doing a lot of stuff. As well as the ultra zoom, of course, it's a fantastic macro camera. This huge, long ultra zoom lens is also a really good macro lens. So yeah, let's pop outside now and go shoot for the moon. Okay, so here I am outside and it's really cold. Now I don't know if you can see this or not, but up there, that dot in the middle of the screen there is the moon, and there's actually a little star up to the top left of it as well, which I think is Venus. I'm not sure, might be Mars. I should figure that one out and let you know. But anyway, what I'm doing is actually getting a better shot of that with this thing over here. This is the Nikon P1000 that we've just been looking at inside, and I've got it set up here on the tripod now, and I'm just going to walk over here without tipping it over the ground and just turn this fella on and see if we can get a decent shot of the moon up there. And it's just got a little tiny moon right in the middle there, and over here I'm going to change it from the auto mode that I've normally got it on onto the moon mode right here. Just turn that around a little bit, and I'm going to get the moon in that little box in the middle. I think you can see that little box there. Maybe there is a little box there anyway. And when I got that pretty much lined up there, it's pretty good. I'm just going to zoom in quite a bit, right, and then I'm just going to pan up and just sort of recenter it again so that I'm in a fairly good spot. That camera is just set up for taking moon shots, isn't it? Now I'm going to just hit the button. The moonshot automatically puts it on the 3-second timer. There we go, and it gets a really good moonshot just like that. Real easy to get that. You can see the lens on this one telescopes a hell of a way out, so not only is it a really good macro camera, it's an incredible long zoom camera. That 24 to 3000mm lens, you don't get anything like that anywhere else, especially not for that price point, and it does take a damn good photo. So let's take this back inside now, get the memory card out of it and have a look at that shot. Okie dokie, so it's a bit chilly out there. I've put my sweatshirt back on again, and yeah, here's the photo that we got. So as you can see, this is quite a crisp photo of the moon. I did take this one on a tripod, but you can also handhold it. That works really well as well. And I also got some video footage of the moon while I was here, just to show you that you can shoot that with it as well. And as you can see, this is really clean piece of video footage. I was quite impressed with it myself, I have to say. So now what I'm going to do is take this out again, and I'm going to try and get some street shots under some low lighting, just sort of see what this can pull out for photos in low light. And I might shoot a bit of video in low light as well, just to see exactly what we can pull out of this thing. Because I'm just more and more curious all the time to see what it can do for what is a relatively cheap camera compared to, say, the Sony A7S or A7S II and, you know, really well-known low-light cameras like that. I mean, I'm not expecting it to be as good as the A7S II, which is just an amazing camera in low light, but this is pretty damn good for something that's much more accessible for people. So here I am standing in the middle of the street with the camera here, and I'm just going to turn it on and see about getting a shot up the road. Just wondering if some racer boys around here that are driving far too fast. So the shot I'm getting is, you know, quite a simple one. It's just that. And I'm using the moon mode, and I'm just going to let that autofocus up the street here, and I see what I can get out of that. There's a whole heap of different modes I can choose from. Or the shutter priority, that might be okay as well. I'll try a few of those things and just see what they give me out of the box. Pretty dark images, I'm thinking, for some of them. Aperture priority, that could be an interesting one. And I'll just try the moon mode here as well and see what comes out of it. Okay, so that's my few shots that I'm going to test with. If this works well, I'm going to come out tomorrow evening a little bit earlier when I don't have to get back into bed, and see what I can get out of them. Right, let's wander back and see what these shots look like. So I ended up just dropping off the tripod and going out anyway, and took these two photos just using the aperture and shutter priority, and then moved it to moon mode for this one, which came out way better. This is another one using the moon mode. This as well, as you can see, the shutter stays open a little bit too long to get these flowers. There was a bit of wind. Interestingly, when I got a couple of these close-up shots of masonry, it came out very ready. And this street shot is also with the moon. I shot this again with the aperture, manual and priority modes. I can't remember which order they were in, but the moon mode definitely came out better. This one is an aperture shot, and this one is the moon mode again. Then I came up to this pedestrian crossing, also in moon shot, and decided that I'd see what the video was like as well, particularly being an extremely high contrast. Then I did the same here in aperture priority, which is a lot brighter for the photo, but a lot grainier for the video, so the moon shot definitely worked better there. This next one is close up with a long zoom across to a building on the other side of the road. It was aperture priority first, and then moonshot came second. Once again, you can see the moonshot photo is a hell of a lot better, and I think the video is actually better too, though both of them are grainy. It was very dark and very contrasty. Then I got a shot up the road towards the shops here, and some video of a car. This one here is done with the moonshot mode, and as you can see, the pedestrian crossing focus in extremely low light was actually really good. More than anything else, the focus that it kept, and this one is in the aperture priority again, the focus it kept on these really long shots I was actually quite impressed with. I could see the focus box and detection working very quickly. So there you have it, the Nikon COOLPIX P1000 camera. It's I think it's pretty solid. It does a really good job. It's not a really expensive $5,000, $6,000 super camera. It's part of their gimmick range, but it packs a hell of a lot of punch for what essentially is a very small camera. Just notice that's right, that's where the flash thing is. But anyway, yeah, I think those photos came out really well. The moonshot seems to work really well in most environments as well. So yeah, if you got a spare bit of cash hanging around and you're curious and you want to get something really cool that does some really neat stuff, then I highly recommend grabbing one of these. It's not the only camera I would have around, but it certainly packs a lot of punch and does a lot of things that a lot of other more expensive cameras can't. Anyway, I hope that's been useful to you. If it has, don't forget to click on the subscribe button that's just down here, and of course watch this video and this video because YouTube picked them out just for you, and I hope you appreciate that. They do a lot of work. I'll see you tomorrow.